Welcome to Jeep Beach News and Views, a podcast about everything Jeep Beach in Daytona Beach, Florida. Here are your hosts, Charlene and Kurt from JBR.
Hey, y'all, and welcome back to Jeep Beach News and Views. All things Jeep Beach, Kurt.
All things.
And you know what? This summer, we've also done a lot of all things Kurt and Charlene. Charlene and Kurt.
You know, I would say this has been the biggest year of Kurt and Charlene doing things outside of
event time.
We've
done a lot. I agree with that. I do agree with that. We've
been
had
a busy summer.
It has been a very busy summer with our travels. And
we're not done yet.
And we're not. It's, event time is no longer just, Jeep Beach is definitely no longer just event time is what I should say.
It's not. You know what the great part about it is?
What?
We have eaten at some great restaurants.
We have, and that's the one thing I was going to say. So between our travels this summer and the Jeep Beach Summer Crusin Tour.
It is, and we've eaten some...
Well, let's talk about what the Jeep Beach, because some people, I know we talked about it at the beginning of the summer several podcasts ago, many podcasts ago. I don't even remember when that was. But we came up with a platform this year to thank our Jeep Beach rated restaurants where the locals eat. And I really, really love what is happening.
It is. People, all the restaurants who helped us this year for Jeep Beach were great partners. And as we've said before, they donated almost $100,000 worth of food.
Actually over at the end of the day.
And because they did that.
Did y'all hear that?
I did hear
Charlene
that. Charlene did not cut her
forgot
phone off.
to silence her phone.
I think I did
good.
too.
Charlene fail. I just reminded you to
silenced
silence
mine.
yours.
It's too
You
late
can't
for me.
use too late for you because you're recording.
I'm using little secret inside information is that
Yeah.
I use the phone to do the switching of the cameras. So.
See, that's a Jeep Beach News and Views.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a view. That's a different view that we don't.
Well, hey,
that they might not have other known.
Well, let's
See?
do this. Since we're talking about views, let's view what Rob has in his lap.
Yeah, let's talk about views and
Look.
Rob's phone. He
Look.
switched the camera angle.
And there's Rudy, the
Jeep
radio
Beach
dog.
Nation, Jeep Beach Jamily, meet Rudy, the JBR Tiki Bar dog.
Yes, there's Rudy.
Hi, Rudes.
Yeah.
Hey, Rudy. Hey,
So-
buddy. That's Short's buddy. That's
Well,
Rudes.
What Rudy does is
The
when he comes
world,
in here.
meet Rudy. Rudy, meet the world.
Yep, there you go, Rudy.
Meet the Jamily. I love you, Rudes.
Ru-
So when we're talking about Rudy on the podcast and we're talking about Rudy on the Happy Hour show, world, this is Rudy, the
Yes.
JBR Tiki Bar dog.
Rudy likes being in here because we eat and drink
We
during
do.
our shows.
And you know what? When we come in, have you noticed that Rudy absolutely is like, Charlene and Kurt are here. Charlene and Kurt are
I'm
here. He
getting a
gets all
snack.
kinds of
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
He gets
He-
all kinds of excited because
he
he
does.
knows he's getting snacks.
He's going to get a snack when
Yeah.
we come in the door.
All
I
right, well-
brought beef jerky today.
Oh, he's going to be all kinds of happy,
Yeah.
but little pieces. It
Little
might hurt
pieces,
his tummy.
yeah. I mean, he may get the
The plum butter
he
runs.
may get plum butter runs. Funny story with that. But
Boy, Jeep Beach Nation, if you only knew what plum
Yes.
butter was about. But
Maybe
anyway.
one day, but
yeah,
not right now.
Not right
Not
now.
right now.
But back to our restaurant.
Yeah, so back to the
So they,
restaurants.
so our give back to them is we have an event at their restaurant. We do a show and shine. We do raffles.
We even
and
bring the merchandise trailer
We do.
out.
We bring the merchandise trailer.
And I want to say not only thank you to our restaurant partners, but to the Jeep Beach team.
Yes.
Because we have such a dedicated team of volunteers that week in and week out. Y'all remember there are 21 Jeep Beach rated restaurants this
Correct.
year. And to cram 21 summer tour events into a summer, which is why it's
Well-
actually now endless summer
Well,
and
that
not
is-
just summer.
Well, fortunately, summer can last longer in Florida than other
Exactly,
places. so-
exactly. So we went from it should be the Jeep Beach summer/endless summer tour because we literally are having to take this tour now all the way through the end of October. So
Yes.
the culmination of the entire tour is October 26th over at One Daytona, another great partner that we appreciate so much. But we'll be over there with not just our trunk or treat. So surprise, there's an update that you wouldn't have otherwise heard. The Jeep Beach trunk or treat
Yep.
is October 26th at One Daytona. Last year we hosted over 3,000 children through the trunk or treat. In conjunction with that, this year, we're going to have our summer-long show and shine. And what we mean by that is every week, the restaurant picks their restaurant
favorite
choice.
Jeep, and each one of those Jeeps will be presented on the 26th, and we will have a grand winner.
October 26th.
October 26th, and we will have a grand champion of our endless summer cruising.
And I love that. It's going to be pretty cool. You know, we just wrapped one last week. Was it Friday or Saturday? I don't even remember
Friday
what
at
night.
Del Mar.
Friday. It was Friday evening, and it was at Del Mar Italian Chop House. Oh my God, the food was so ridiculously good. But the Jeep that won restaurant choice was an older.
TJ.
It was a TJ. I was going to say, I don't know, was it a JK, a TJ, a YJ? I never really made it around to see what it was, but it wasn't a luxury Jeep. It was a Jeep.
It was a beater Jeep.
And I don't want to say beater because, I mean, he had it built.
No, that's what you call a beater Jeep.
Okay,
it's just, it's not pretty.
He uses it.
He uses it. And he runs it on the beach and everything. But, it does have a V8.
Oh,
so,
Oh, yeah.
That's not just that's not normal.
And,
that's not just a Jeep.
That person would take offense to saying beater Jeep.
Actually, he did. He said, well, he didn't call his beater. What? I can't remember the adjective that he used, but it was on those lines. He said, I don't drive a new Jeep.
The bougie.
Yeah, bougie.
Jeep.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's a Jeep.
It is.
And that's why the restaurant picked that one.
Yep.
And he point blank said it. He said when he was giving out the Restaurant Choice Award, he point blank said, I'm not going for the sparkly, shiny, clean ones, because when I think of the word Jeep, I think he was from the Midwest somewhere. He said, I think of rugged, useful, out in the terrain Jeep. And he said, and Jeep whatever number that one was, is the winner of the restaurant choice from Del Mar Italians.
It was awesome.
And I love that. So what we're saying to you, Jeep Beach Nation, is if you are wondering, oh, my Jeep's not that great, you have no idea what the restaurant is looking for when they're picking restaurant choice.
Because some of our restaurants are not Jeepers. So
Correct.
they may just go out there and see something and go,
Ooh,
okay,
that's
like
really
that.
cool, and it resonates with them.
Oh, I was going to ask you real quick. In our neighborhood, did you guys see this lifted red CJ? I think it was it wasn't a CJ5.
The restored one, CJ7?
It was a big one, red with lights on the top, and I mean, it was done up. It was in my rear view mirror. I
don't say whose it is.
You can't say who it is?
I know who it is.
But we do know who it is.
Oh, man.
We do know who it is.
I saw that Jeep, and I was, just from the rear view mirror, it was
gorgeous.
I'll give you another
It's gorgeous.
example of what people like. We had a Jeep there Friday night that won. I hate to call him a mall crawler, but he won it because of how clean his Jeep was. But what set it off...
And he was funny. He did mention, he goes, I'm not embarrassed by this. I just left the car wash on the way
I
here.
just left the car wash this week clean.
He said, so it does look like a mall crawler right
He has
now.
a 2023 red 392.
Oh, see, now that's beautiful.
But
he put
there's a but.
But he has the old white AMC.
Bright white
AMC rims. But they're new.
Oh, the white ones.
They're the white ones
just
with like the bullet holes. And
so
that was the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
That was that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to see those rims on a 392, oh my God.
And the way he's got it set up, if you didn't know, if he didn't have the hood emblems on it, you wouldn't know it was a 392. Because he's got it all just, it's not
flashy.
It's not flashy. It's just on
it's
on 35.
It's beautiful.
And it's just a gorgeous, sleek Jeep.
Oh,
with white rims.
But when you look at those
with
rims,
bright
it's like
wheels.
392.
A white wheel.
a bright white wheel.
Bright white wheels.
Bright white.
But speaking of our partners, we got another.
But I want to keep going.
Yeah,
I want to keep going on the summer tour because
Well, I was getting ready to say something else about one of our restaurants.
Okay, we'll go.
Well, one of our restaurants, the Brickyard, which is our official cheeseburger of Jeep Beach, we just got a nice little email from them for the month of June. For the month of July. Rob, do you know how many hamburgers they sold the month of July?
I would imagine probably maybe 10,000.
Oh, God.
Rob,
10,000 hamburgers in a month. Sweet baby
1,000?
Jesus. 1,300.
1,300.
1,330 something.
Right.
In 1 month.
In 1 month.
And thank you, Brickyard, for that, because with that $1 give back every single month for every single Brickyard cheeseburger they sell, $1 comes back to charity. And how amazing. Think about that, you guys. That's and every month, if it's over $1,000, I mean, in 12 months, we're going to have $12,000 going back to charity.
Yeah.
We're going to have, if it's just $1,000, but it's going to be more than $1,000. So you're talking about probably
$16,000.
Yeah, somewhere
between
between 15,000, just over that. That's
awesome.
huge.
For one restaurant.
Yeah.
And that's just from everybody going in and buying a cheeseburger, So the impact to these restaurants make on our charities and what we do in the community is truly amazing. And it's no secret to everybody. And right now my heart hurts. The cost of living across the board is up. We've talked about this. By the end of the year, Jeep Beach will be looking at giving $350,000 to charity this year, which is nothing to sneeze at. A lot of those donations have already been given, but some of them are pledges and will not happen towards the end, until towards the end of the year. But it's not that $1 million that we're chasing, and we're still going to chase it. It's just the cost to do business anymore. It hurts. It hurts. It doesn't just hurt Jeep Beach. It hurts everybody. And so we're trying to get more strategic and making sure that Jeep Beach can continue to grow. So we're doing all these different things. But with that, think about if we all continue to work together and we build this amazing Jeep Beach rated network, if you will, with these restaurants and partners and sponsors. We've got one group, they're not Airbnb or Vrbo, but it's more of a local real estate that does vacation rentals.
Right.
And they've reached out and they want to help us put people in vacation rentals, not just our hotels. And huge shout out to our hotels too, because that money adds up.
Yes.
When you stay at a Jeep Beach rated hotel. But now a rental company with houses is saying, I'm not a Vrbo or a Airbnb, but we rent vacation homes through their real estate agent, and they want to give us a percentage back on their rentals that they do on their houses. So if we continue to go that route, think about the massive impact. We're still going to chase it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, Jeep Beach Nation, because I'm determined. I'm just like I'm a tenacious bulldog with a bone, if you will, right? But anyway, don't say it, Kurt. Tenacity is my middle name.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I just kept my mouth shut.
All right, smart man. But anyway, so back to our restaurants. So that's the Brickyard.
It is. So
and then this Saturday from 1 to 4, we're at Little Italy Italian Restaurant on Beach Street.
And
tell them what they do.
And guess what? We make $1 off every pizza they sell.
Not just a certain pizza.
No, all pizzas.
All pizzas.
All pizzas. So go there, order pizza, order pizza, order pizza.
And when I tell you their pizzas are to die for, we've shown them to you before.
We had some in here.
them before.
Yes, they're really good.
And they're really good. And now I want a pizza for dinner. That sounds really good, actually.
Okay.
We'll go get a pizza. We'll get a Little Italy pizza.
I'll bring Rudy this weekend.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Perfect. So
we will not be there this weekend.
No, but our team will be.
But our
we
team
actually
will be
are
there
traveling this weekend.
We are traveling.
But anyway, so the other thing that happens is not just the dollar give backs from a lot of these restaurants, but as Kurt mentioned, we do. Can you believe him, y'all?
Got a little scratch there, Princess Leia.
I did.
Princess Leia.
Well, no, this is Princess Leia for everybody watching.
I can't with you. Anyway.
Who was that?
That's Jabba the Hutt.
Java.
Sorry.
That's more accurate than Princess Leia. All right,
What are you trying?
Oh, yeah. What are we talking about now?
What were we talking about? We were talking about Little Italy, the dollar give back. Oh, but we also, in our charities and why we're doing this, so it's a thank you to our restaurants. We have the Show and Shine. It's $10 to enter the Show and Shine, which goes to charity.
Correct.
And our raffles goes to charity.
Correct.
And our 50-50 each weekend goes to charity.
And shout out to our 50-50 winner this week who actually donated the money.
She did.
She donated
gave it
money
right back
to give to one of our charities. So shout
and this
out to her.
past weekend was our school drive.
Our school drive.
Yep. We just did like 3. We took 3. This is how this works. Some of you may not know how this worked. with the show and shine, the raffles, and the 50-50, we take that money that we make each week and we designate it to a certain nonprofit.
Correct.
And this past week was
Come on.
back to school is
There we
what we
go.
were talking about.
Correct.
Back to school event that they host over at the John H. Dickerson Boys and Girls Club in the Dickerson Center
Yep.
in Daytona Beach, helping those kids get their back to school supplies. Because can you believe school starts Monday?
And
I can't even.
And
that is the craziest thing in
we
the world.
also noticed something which surprised us. Can you believe how much money it cost
To go back to school?
for back to school supplies?
Yeah, a 29-cent binder that I used to buy my kids now is like $1.29. It's just crazy. And you when you figure you're trying to, just a binder, a little tiny note. I'm like, why are they charging $1.39 a binder? Anyway, it just everything. So this week at Little Italy, we are supporting the Locals Mix. Or is that the Locals Mix?
Locals
Is
Mix,
that it? Is the
Locals Mix.
Locals
Yep.
Mix?
And
this
not
week?
only Locals Mix is, that's what the whole, we are going to have the off-road toolbox. The guys, Bart and Jeff, will be there as well. We just dropped our 100th podcast episode. So they have some stuff worked out, I believe.
That's
to
awesome.
giveaways and things like
Very
that. So
nice.
they'll be there.
Very, very cool. I love that. So,
I love our tools.
I sent them a tool of the
Saw that today.
the week for one of their podcast
Oh,
shows,
cool.
and Bart was like, "I'm definitely using that."
Nice.
Some bozo on some beach, not in Daytona Beach,
there's enough.
and not during Jeep Beach. It wasn't even a Jeep.
I know. I saw it.
There are a lot
But anyway,
of bozos on the beach.
there are.
Yes.
Whether it's here or
Yeah,
not,
but it was not here, and it was not a Jeep, but some tool, literally plowing through the surf on some beach somewhere in the world, and rolls his car. I mean, come on, don't be an idiot, right? But anyway, that we'll let Bart and Jeff talk more on that.
Yes.
So. But so this week Locals Mix, and she is just, making sure, because the funding for arts in our schools is
Yes. Dwindling away.
or completely gone already.
Correct.
She's just giving our artists, whether it's music, painting art, like artistic art, you name it. She's got writers. She's got some writers that's really cool. So all these neat things to encourage creative thinking in the arts within our community. And we've got some amazing, talented artists, musicians, all of the things.
Do you know I was a writer?
Kurt, I don't need to hear it right now. I just don't. I don't know that the Jeep Beach Nation is ready for that.
All right, I'm gonna bite.
Oh,
I have
Rob,
to-
you had to go.
Rob.
All right, Kurt, what's the deal here?
People don't realize that, I helped a friend of mine write plum butter that we're going to be debuting later on the show on our podcast, because
can't.
it's quite amazing, and I cannot wait to share this with all of our listeners out
Rob,
there.
you just had to go there, didn't you?
I did not know that was what he was going to talk about.
Well,
That's
guess
why
what?
you just don't even give him.
Well-
you don't bite, Rob. How
See?
long have you been working with us?
I know. I thought, well, sometimes it's actually entertaining. Now it's
Well, that's going to be real entertaining, just to let you know. We'll keep everybody informed on that in the next
All right.
podcast coming
All right,
up.
so let's wrap up this one about the Jeep Beach Summer Cruising Tour. So anyway, that's how. So we pick and designate different charities.
Correct.
To date, since we started the Jeep Beach Summer Tour, we've already raised, and now you guys, we're talking about, we may get anywhere between 10,
Well, we had
15,
about 60 people Friday night.
Yeah, and
We had
I
over
think
30
that
Jeeps.
30 Jeeps and
Yep.
60-something-ish people Friday night. So it's not huge crowds that we're bringing, and we don't intend to. I mean, we want to bring as many people as we can.
Yeah.
But it's not about Jeep Beach, in other words. It's about introducing Jeep Beach Nation to the restaurants that support us. Taking care of those that take care of us syndrome. And to date, on these charities that we've designated, we've already designated a little over $4,000, and
at
we'll
that.
continue to do that through October 26th, with each week again being a different organization that we get to support.
Now,
And yeah,
I have a question about October
Yes.
26th. Is this going to be a fan vote for anybody that's there?
Yes.
So even our trick-or-treaters?
Everybody.
Everybody has
Everybody.
a chance to vote on that. Okay.
Yes.
I had
Yes.
somebody ask me that and said, who's voting on the 26th? And
On
I
the
said,
26th, it is open to fan vote. Right now, we
October
had to tweak,
26th.
Yes,
October
October
26th.
26th. And right now, we select judges from the people that are there each week, and they go and they vote because we don't get a massive volume of people at these
Right.
restaurants every single week because, again, it's hard to be there every week. And we don't expect you guys to come every week. We love it if you can come every week, but it's certainly not.
We got some diehards.
We do, and I love them. They
we've
know
got a
who they
few
are.
that
We
have
love you
been
guys.
every week. So
All right,
thank
but
you for being
here's
there.
what's left for the Jeep Beach Summer Cruising Tour, which you can find on the website, all of our
I
platforms.
believe
yada, yada.
Angie just loaded in a couple more. I believe,
Did she?
On the schedule. Just
Okay,
popped
so
up. Yeah.
Okay.
all right, so August the 10th, Little Italy Italian Restaurant 1 to 4, which is on Beach Street. August 17th, Racing's North Turn. Oh,
beach.
that's going to be fun.
That'll be a fun one.
Ooh, yeah. it
Yeah,
will be.
so
Yeah.
Racing's North Turn on August 17th. Then we're off the last weekend of August because the races are in town and the restaurants are too busy with the races in town to try to do a summer tour stop. Then September 7th, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep.
September 14th, Dahlia's Daytona Beach. September 21st, Burger 10 and Chicken 2.
Yep.
September 28th, Dahlia's Point Orange, because both his establishments supported us. October 5th, River Grill, and October 17th, South Turn. And then, of course, October 26th, we have the grand finale.
At One Daytona.
And if you are wondering where those are, go to our social media platforms, email us at info. We can send that to you. But definitely check out our summer tour
Social media.
schedule that is on social media.
That's right. And if you're listening to this, check out our YouTube channel.
Yes,
right.
there you go.
Yep. So
I'm
you
glad
can-
Rob reminds us of that.
Me too, because we forget sometimes that we're being videoed now.
I know.
I believe you can just search for Jeep Beach News and Views.
Okay.
Perfect.
So ampersand
Ampersand.
Ampersand.
views.
Have you ever thought about that word ampersand?
Did we discuss this last
We did.
time?
I
I
told
feel
you I
like
wanted to
we
name my
did.
kids that. Ampersand,
Sweet
come on.
Jesus. I can't. I
Get in the
can't.
car. Ampersand,
right.
get in the car.
Well, you guys come out and support this Saturday. If you buy a pizza, $1 is going back
That's
to
right.
charity.
And it's good pizza.
And we just appreciate every single one of our Jeep Beach rated restaurants. We just kind of wanted to give you a midsummer wrap. And honestly, for our kids, like we mentioned a little bit ago, it's the end of summer.
I mean, you think
They
about
go
we
back
could
to school
by the time this is over, we could hit $10,000 just in these little pop-up events
for charity.
that's helping a lot of our smaller charities again.
Absolutely, and I love that.
Me
so
too.
It's the
Okay.
whole reason Jeep Beach exists. That's why we do what we do.
See ya.
And Jeep Beach Nation, we love ya.
See you
And
next
we'll
week.
see you next week. Bye, y'all. Mwah.
That's a wrap on Jeep Beach News and Views. Be sure to subscribe for future automatic downloads to your favorite podcast player app. Got a comment? Or would you like to be featured on Jeep Beach News and Views? Email us at radio@jeepbeach.com. That's radio@jeepbeach.com. Until next time, keep all four on the ground and your tops down.